Welcome back, everyone. This is Paul Gaither. This is the third part in our Year 3 off-season schedule. If you watched the 50-minute Part 2, where we worked on offering contracts, free agents board, mock draft board, building all of that information just so we're going into the off-season with knowledge, maybe you disagree, maybe you call it cheese. I think it is quality information that real teams would go into the negotiations of contracts, draft, and so forth with. You don't know exactly where a player is going to be taken, but you've got a mock board, you've got a good feeling of where things are going to go, who's going to line up where, who you're going to sign. And then it's roll the dice. So we've had the discussion, and I would keep Beasley if I were playing as a user, but I'm not. And we need to save cap space. So he's gone. Kevin Barlow, you were dirt cheap for us. And now it's time we pay you and not Garrison Hurst. Garrison Hurst was only costing us $1 million a year. Barlow wants $3 million a year. What can we get? Can we offer him like $195? Can we offer him $175? 3 years. Rejected. Open up the pocketbook for us. We're not talking about years yet. Can we even put a 4-year deal? Do we want a 4-year deal? That's another thing. 4-year deal will take us to 25 years old. He should continue to improve his ability and become more expensive for us. So let's do 225 and 4 years. This contract is too long and too lean. Can we do 45 for 4 years? Appears to be inadequate in everywhere. He wants a 3-year deal. Can we do this? Add some numbers to that. 50. Cash is a 4-letter word. Where is your purchase point? That's fine. When does the season start? 2.6, not the 3-something he wanted, but lock him up. And there's only a 1-year difference with him and Trapp. Like, Trapp is just a year behind him, but he's much lower in overall. And we've got to let Garrison go. Can't pay a guy to be a 62 overall. Got to let Beasley go. Might be a mistake, but got to let him go. Got to get that fullback. Nothing to do with wide receiver. Tight end, got to let him go. Offensive line, just fine. Defensive line, just fine, except for Bryant Young. We need to pay the man. He's at 355. Okay. Let's offer him 4.5 for a 2-year deal. Offer's no good. Why attempt the salary? It's too long. He wants 2 years. 415. 425. 435. 440. 445, 2 years. Okay? We are going to have a defensive line crisis in 2 years. He's our highest paid lineman, but we need to pay him. He's 10 years pro, and he's probably going to eventually get on the decline. And so we don't want to be paying a lot of money for a player on the decline. And we might even be able to save money on the decline or let him go somewhere else before we're locked into a long-term contract. Linebackers are fine. Corners. This is where I want to double check. And I don't want to waste your time and mine, but the players we were looking at, we can start making comparisons. That's one thing I didn't do with Webster is I had some names written down here at corner. A 62 and a 69 overall free agents. If I go to rosters, and I go to view rosters, and I go free agents, they might not even be there because they might not be cut from their respective teams yet. But a 69 overall, which there isn't, and a 62 overall Holcomb. So Holcomb has been a free agent. We could have potentially had him on our team. The strength is low and the awareness is low. They're both 48. The tackle is 66. So let's look at that compared to Webster here. The 48 strength and the 48 awareness. That's going to be a dip. Agility, acceleration are over 85. And the tackle is 59. View rosters, free agents, corners. Holcomb obviously has the speed. Agility, acceleration were both over 85, so there's an acceleration aspect. And the tackle is much higher for a young player. I think between the potential to draft a corner, because that was the other thing that we were looking at, is at least one of our corners, Ingram and Long, corner. Ingram was 65 overall, because we probably weren't going to get Bryant. Bryant would be an ideal pickup, right? More strength, doesn't have the awareness. That's definitely a thing. Like, Brown is probably the best pickup. Let's look at his tackle. Bryant, we're going to hurt in the awareness category. How much is that going to hurt us? Ingram and Long. Ingram, and what was Bryant? 58. So 4 points better. And Long is the same. So Bryant, Ingram, and Long. Bryant is probably the best first round pick for us if the tight end and safety fall. We could probably go corner, tight end, safety. And then after that, like fullback or running back. Right? Corner, tight end, safety, fullback, running back, something like that. Maybe, maybe not. Maybe running back and then fullback, try fullback another year and just see what we can do with whatever we can get at fullback. Long, decent speed, awareness, the strength. Let's see, this both 85 Webster was higher, and the tackle is higher than Webster. Strength is not there though, right? And 24 years old. Maybe we don't even draft. Maybe we do not even draft a corner at all. I think we re-sign Webster and we look at the free agent market and we see what we can afford, right? So Webster was making 8. Let's go 950. Let's go 3-year deal, 2-year deal. Something a little more long term. He wants more money. Kind of long-term player your team needs. I don't want to be locked into a big money contract. If you want to get paid years, were you willing to take a pay cut? The same salary, 904 years, less than $1 million a year at that corner position. Because we can draft a guy, because we can sign guys, he's still solid. He's still solid as like a 3 or a 4. But you want to be paid multi-year. You want to be locked into that position. Sure. We'll see how that goes. We'll see if we regret that. We're not paying him too much. Holman is just gone. And here, Lance Schulters. 195 is what you were paid. That has fewer years. You want a shorter term deal with more money. More money. What are we looking at? 245. 245. So $500,000 less than what he wanted. A 2-year deal. Solid right there. We can move him to free safety or something if we draft a strong safety that's 80 overall, or vice versa. We can move the other guy. Yeah, I think we're happy with these cuts. release. 14 million cap room. I think we had 20 mil last year in cap room. I hope we're not screwing ourselves up too much. Free agency. Ellis, big name defensive end. We can see what what people are asking for. Strong safety, Lynch. We can also sign him. Let's see what the real free agent market looks like. Now that we projected it, let's go all free agents. And let's go here. Lynch. On the decline, still pay him. Move Schulters or him. Yeah, move Schulters to free safety. Keep Lynch at strong safety. Brian Dawkins does not become a free agent here this time, so not an option there. Cornerback position, we've already scouted it, and we were not all that interested in a lot of the players that wanted big money. Andy Emmanuel, but doesn't have the strength there, right? Tackle is important to me. Jew is still on that list. 67 tackle. Good speed, good strength. Could be someone we offer money to. I think that's someone we're going to offer money to. Yeah. So Jew is definitely still on that list. Yeah. And the running back position. Michael Strahan is still on that list. Halfback. Like, if we go with a 3-back system. Let's see what the money is at halfback. Let's see what the money is for Greg Ellis. More than Hugh Douglas, because 6-year pro, 28. Get him into 30 as he starts to decline. Don't pay him too much for too long, but get him in there at right end so we can have him as a 3-4 defensive end. Yeah, that is a possibility. See what John Lynch's money looks like. Just kind of look at where the money is. Yeah, I think that is the plan. Advance one day, see what the offers look like. 3.4, 4 years. We have 14 mil in the cap room. If we offer Ellis a deal, that'll drop us closer to the 10 mil range. We'll be happy with our defensive end. We can lock him up. I think he wants a 3-year deal. We can play him to age 31 and then let him go. We can counteroffer that. Age 28, he wants to play to 32. 3.4. Let's go 5.5. Let's increase it by 0.15. Okay, Lynch has got an offer here, 220 for 2 years. 220 for 2 years. Let's offer Lynchy a job. And the cornerback position, Jew is the guy that we're looking for. So with Jew, let's offer him a 2-year deal with extra $50K. He rejects it. He wants that full time there. Okay, we'll offer that. We'll give him the money he wants. And even if we pay that, we'll still be at 8-something mil in cap room for our free agents, right? One day. Ellis is reconsidering. Lynch is reconsidering. 3.85. A flat 4. A flat 4 and 2.6. Potentially have him as a starter, the rookie backing him up, learning. Schulters playing, cutting some guys. That's a potential safety position like situation that we could have. And happy with that corner position. 1 day. Lynch is on our team. And considering 415. We got Lynch, baby. 415. Let's go 4-3. We can still afford that. We can still afford that. We're going to be tight on the cap, but we can afford it. Especially for the young 6-year, 28 years old, but like at the end of his contract, like not contract, but his prime. That's what I'm looking for. Oh, well, I'm in the wrong place. And there, yeah. So let's go 1 day more. Ellis does agree to the terms and conditions, and we're at 7.7, not quite 8 mil. Greg Ellis signs with us. And we got Lynch and we got Ellis. Those are our big acquisitions. Let's see if Jew signs with us. He does. And I don't think we care about the rest of free agency. Yeah, we were expecting Isaac Bruce to potentially hit free agency, but he didn't. And Michael Strahan still hasn't gotten an offer, but at 8 mil, we couldn't even afford him if we wanted him. And we don't want him because we play that 3-4 defense that we want strength at. Yeah. So, yeah, let's go through the entire period. So, as we go through that, we're going to take a look at our roster situation, our defensive line, our safety position. We might let players go. We cannot have an infinite roster. But I like what we see here. Might have to take some cap penalties, letting some guys go. But we got Lynch and we got Ellis. And we got a 4th-string corner. So we've got at least 4 corners, and then we can pick up whoever as a 5th corner. We don't even need a 5th corner because we've also got safeties that can like come up, for those dime situations. Free agent signing period is over. So let's look. I'm assuming Lynch has fallen off. Yeah, -5 points, but it's a 2-year deal. Get him in his prime, pay him the next year while the rookie comes in and plays. Like, that is the goal there, right? Right? 1-year deal and he's out. 2-year deal here. Cap penalty, $500,000. Like, we can do stuff here. Cap penalty, $400,000. Right? We can't keep Pat Tillman forever. We love Pat Tillman. We can't keep him. We can't draft a safety and have like 5 strong safeties. And Keith is going to cost us the same, but he's on a 2-year deal. We're going to have to say goodbye, Pat Tillman. You've been so great for us. Free up space. Eat the penalties. Probably start Lance Schulters at free safety. Keep Lynch at strong. Defensive end situation. Spicer is solid, but we're going to have to cut Spicer, I think. Well, 3, 4, 5, and here, I don't know. What's the math in the secondary? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Take a draft position, 10 people in the secondary. We want 3, 4, 5, 6. Well, if we go 10, 10, and 5. Right, at linebacker, 3, 2, and 2. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Because you want 25 offensive players, 25 defensive players. You got 10 people in the secondary, that leaves 15. You want 7 linebackers, like 2, 2, and 3. 7 linebackers, right? So, out of 15, That leaves 8 other players on defensive line. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So we're +1 on defensive line. Who's going to have to go? 67 overall, 73 overall, 450K, 700K. 500K is the penalty. 300K is the penalty there with Douglas. 86 strength, 86 strength. 5 years pro, 4 years pro, 6'4", 270. Yeah, I think we're going to have to say goodbye to Douglas. And we're just going to have our 4 defensive linemen here. Strength and strength. And yeah, that's what we're going to have to do for our line. Right? I mean, even here, Carter can be a backup, like right outside linebacker. You know, he can do that. He can play double position. But you want 25-25 and then 3 special teams, as in like the punter, the kicker, and like the long snapper or whatever. Or the placeholder or whoever. A placeholder is usually the punter, so yeah, the long snapper. Which we don't have on our roster, but yeah, that's our situation. That is most definitely our situation. Tight end. Yep. Off-season schedule. It's time for the draft. Who's available? Strong safety still on the board. The tight end is gone, or is he not on the list? He's still there. Okay. So, based on our projected board, based on what we expect, this is what we're going to look at. Potentially Ingram, the corner, and tight end safety, potentially. Ingram, the corner. Right? Was there another corner we had our eyes on? Bryant. Bryant is not there. So, do we draft Ingram? Bryant was gone early. The tight end and these guys are here. So we go tight end and we say, Mitchell, stay on the board, please. And Mitchell is still on the board at 3, just like our projection was. So we get our guy Mitchell. There's fullback and halfback. The halfback is Peterson, right? The 92 speed. The acceleration isn't there. The break tackle, okay, yeah, not too special. Not too special at breaking tackles. The 63 strength, the 70 awareness. Still think we're happier with a short-term deal as a third-string running back. Well, I know we already broke it down, but here are the break tacklers. And there's the speed, and there's the awareness. We might go Waller. He doesn't have a lot of speed. What is better? The speed of Peterson, 92, but only 76 acceleration. Not a lot of acceleration, but good awareness, good strength. The strength isn't as important. The break tackle is kind of garbage. Acceleration is solid at 86. I think we go Waller. Do we go Waller or do we go the lead blocking fullback? Oh, I think we go Waller and see if Rodgers is still there. I doubt Rodgers will still be there, but we can see who's there at fullback. Maybe nobody. Yeah, maybe nobody. Maybe that was a big mistake. 75 strength. 74 awareness. Yeah, let's just get this backup fullback here in the 5th round. Don't need really anybody at this point. Our roster is completely full right now. I don't think it matters. I think we just let 6 and 7 just disappear. Sign draft picks. Got to be happy with this, right? We got decent strength, speed, acceleration, catch, tackle. Let's see what happens here. We're going to overpay for our wide receiver, for our corner. No deal where you make unless you mean it. You want 170. What about 125? Then we want more money and longer. You know you're garbage. Some extra years, yeah. Because you know you're trash. You want to be locked up being trash for a while. 145 for 4 years. We can still afford that. We want to afford our safety. Try to propose with fewer years and more money. Take some years off the deal because you know you're good. When does the season start? Yeah, we got 4.9 mil right here. 105. Nobody's long-term without money. There you go. 3.75 is what we still have to work with. Longer contract and more years. Waller. Yeah, that doesn't say much. You want a lot of years? Yeah, you wanted years and all that. And then we do not care about the remaining players. Okay, so we made it under the cap. We signed our guys. We got big free agent guys coming in. Reordering the depth chart. Just auto reorder and advance to the regular season. Start new season. And before we do anything else, we've got to look at our 53-man roster, right? I don't even know if there's a cut down thing or anything. 3 quarterbacks, 3 running backs, and a fullback. Okay. 1.15 mil in cap penalties, 2.45 in cap room. Got our quarterbacks, got our running backs, and with defined positions, more strength and more awareness than Trap, but a lot slower. Is that going to matter? The same acceleration, better catch, not as much carry, decent break tackle, like a third string running back. A third string running back, hey, let's find out if this was worth it. Fullback, we're going to see if we miss Fred Beasley. Maybe I made a mistake. Maybe I should have paid the man. He wasn't too expensive. We still could have technically afforded him. But we'll find out how it goes. Wide receiver situation is what it is. And we've got ourselves our rookie here. Not a lot of speed, but our strongest tight end. Good awareness. Better catch than Madison. And the run block. Everyone can run block. In fact, our rookie Rurik is the worst run blocker, and he's still solid at 61. So we definitely got a series of run blockers out there. Offensive line is what it is. Defensive line is what it is. Linebacking crew and the cornerback crew. So this is where we are. Strength, awareness, tackle ability, those are the things that we're looking at. Washington dropped overall, but yeah. Safety position. Probably got to cut Keith. 3, 4, 5 safeties, 6 safeties. Strengths here. I'm just kind of looking across the board. Are we better off with another safety playing corner out there? Our other safety has that ability. Yep. So let's go to depth chart. Oh, Barlow and all of them, yes. Stanley and Madison, sure. Wide receivers, Stanley and all of that. Left tackle, Scott Gregg can be the backup. The guard situation, the center. The other guard situation, Lawrence. 2-year pro, 3-year pro. A lot more awareness, less strength. What about raw ability? Pass block, run block. Pass block is trash. Run block's over. Yeah, we still got to play Rice. Right guard Rice. Lawrence could be the backup. Boston's a starter. Left guard Boston. Lawrence. Lawrence can be the backup for both. Brown and Gregg, yeah, of course. At left end, we're going to, have our pass rushers, Engelberger and Carter. I'm kind of fine with that because we're going to do substitutions. Right end, Ellis and Carter. We can do substitutions. Defensive tackles, Fisk and so forth. Left outside linebacker. Let's ask Ulbrich to be the backup here. And after Winborn, Valentine, Peterson, Derek Smith, Ulbrich, Ellis Young, Schulters. Schulters is a backup linebacker? No. They think Carter is, or Engelberger is a better backup linebacker. The slower speed. The strength is there. They think Engelberger would be a better linebacker than Carter. Carter actually does play linebacker in real life. Or did, I should say. Interesting. But Smith, Valentine, we're going to see if Valentine's ready to take over and see if he's a liability or not. With Smith backing him up. And Ulbrich can again be the third string or the second string here. Cornerback position. We still want Washington. Ingram as our player. If he's any good. Webster and Jew. The strength there, that situation. Ingram could even take over, but he's got the awareness issue, but he's got the strength for jamming players at the line of scrimmage. And the tackle rating. Yeah, Ingram might actually be our player, right? And Washington, Webster, and Jew in the background. Let's see if Ingram plays well for us. Let's see how much the awareness matters, because the high strength is really good. The agility is drop off. But let's see if we need to put Dwayne Washington back there, because Washington has been fantastic for us, but time moves forward. And let's see if our first round pick should be our slot or should be our other corner. Or if Washington in his age is going to be a slot from now on. And as we said, we want John Lynch to be our starting safety. We want our next safety to be Lance Schulters here. And Mitchell can be the backup. And Keith can be the backup there. Bronson is solid, and so is his backup. After Lynch, Washington's actually considered a good safety here. Washington has more speed, less strength, less awareness, obviously because he's in a different position, and lower tackle rating. So rather than Washington, how is our Mitchell character? Less strength, less awareness, and the tackle rating is still higher. So potentially Mitchell and then Bronson. Like our strong safety situation. Lynch and Schulters as starters, Mitchell as the backup, and Bronson back there with Keith. And even here, Plummer, Mitchell. Yeah. Safety, like, stacked situation. letting Mitchell get playing time. I thought Mitchell was... Yeah, Mitchell's an 80 overall. So Lynch can play a couple years, drop off. Or Lynch can play a couple years, Mitchell can come in to replace him. As time moves forward, gets time as a backup. I like it. I don't love it, but I like it. Okay. And substitutions now. Substitutions. Let's reset all prior substitutions. Just resetting all prior substitutions. Usually having Owens in the slot is the primary substitution that I had. Yeah. And let's see, Owens and Stokes. And then substitutions. When it's one wide receiver, we can put Owens out there. Which we do not have a one wide receiver set, do we? We don't have like a double wing jumbo, anything like that. So, interesting. Kickoff, safety, defense. Reset everything across the defense. And what do we have? Ellis and McGrew and Bryant Young and Engelberger. That's fair. That's fine. We might want Derek Smith to be the starter here, but for now, we're going to try out Levi Valentine and see what we think. Here up front, we're still happy to retain Ellis. And do we want... This is where we want Spoto, right? The 96 defensive tackle. Engelberger is also a 93 overall with 83 strength and really improving at that position. So why don't we have that, and then Spoto can be like the backup nose tackle eventually, but we even have McGrew there. Maybe we tell the defense that we want... No, Spoto have any job now. That 47 awareness, though, I don't know. I don't know. Might even play him in over Fisk, and we just see how injuries go. Right? That high strength is still useful. That high strength is still useful. Even thinking about putting him in as number 2. Having McGrew be our 4-3 and our other situations, but this way, if Young gets tired, have Spoto be the nose tackle? I don't know. Like, that strength versus Fisk versus the awareness. Why just keep Fisk there? We might not have a job for Spoto right now, because McGrew is just getting better. That 87 strength is solid. Might even substitute in the 4-3 defense. Setting up rosters is important. Substitutions, defense. Carter would be a 70 overall. McGrew is a 74. Fisk is still solid. 70 versus 80 awareness. 87 strength versus 82. 80 strength is like super important to me. And tackle ability. I still think maybe as a defensive tackle, as the nose, like a shifted line. Right? We can see how it goes as the season progresses. But yeah, like Engelberger, regardless of his real life ability, like he has gotten stronger. Right? Where does it show the strength? Yeah, 83 strength. if I put Spoto here, Bryant Young at 92 strength, they're both an 89 overall. 72 awareness for Engelberger. 79 awareness for Young. Yeah, Young is still better off there. Have Spoto on defense. I think have Spoto there on defense as well. In the nickel, you can have McGrew because it's less about run defense. And we can have Andre Carter in the nickel. Andre Carter in the nickel. Ellis is still a force, though. 86 awareness versus 73 from Carter. I think Carter is the pass rusher, though. Maybe in the nickel, we keep Ellis. In the dime, we do Carter. Because in the nickel, you can still try to defend the run. And in the dime, you're definitely pass rushing. And in the dime, we might have Fisk play. We might have Ellis play inside. Right? Ellis could play inside. Fisk has more awareness. And Ellis is faster. Ellis might just move inside there. Ellis stays on the field but moves inside a spot. Right? And here Ellis is already the starter. McGrew, no, we can have Spoto, right? Because we don't have Spoto there. So definitely a nose tackle kind of player. Yeah, this looks pretty good. Okay. So there we go. We're ready for a new season. Like it or not? Agree with it or not? This is our roster. This is our new season. We're ready to go. Thanks for joining me. I've been Paul Gaither. You've been amazing. I'll see you for the start of the new season.